Hey, how you doing? This is Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to talk about, I got a comment the other day, and it was just because a few of us can't handle alcohol, um, doesn't mean that the rest of us can enjoy it responsibly and shouldn't suffer. Now, if you want to drink alcohol, I just want to break down this for a start, just to really um, into a different few sections. First of all, if you want to drink alcohol, then I'm not stopping you from doing it. I think it's your right to do that. If you want to drink alcohol, if you want to take any other drug, if you want to spend your day hitting your head off a brick wall or bouncing your head off a desk, then that's also, it's up to you. I don't care if you do that, as long as you don't hurt me, my family, or the people around me. It's up to you, and it should be up to you. We did a video on this a few days ago, about whether or not alcohol should be legal or not. And I think it shouldn't be banned, because the depression, or not the depression, but prohibition showed us exactly what happens when you ban alcohol. So no, it shouldn't be banned. But it's your responsibility. It should be a personal responsibility to be able to do that. So just to break down this statement, I want to first look at what you mean by can't handle alcohol. I've had this all my life, going back to when I was young, when I was a kid, 17, 18 years of age. And I remember drinking and having that natural drinking response where, your body just wants to throw it back out again. Where your body is desperately trying to give you a bad experience so that you won't continue to do it, because of the culture that we live in, we continue on with what we're doing, and then your body accepts that this is a part of the normal world, and it has to deal with that. So that's where you get the tolerance levels from. So what does it mean to be able to handle alcohol? Like I say, going back to that early stage when I was able to drink 3 pints, and some of my mates were able to drink 10 pints, and they just took the piss because they said that I was weak, or I was whatever. At the time, there was a lot of bad names and stuff like that, all meant in the best possible taste. But if you look at the human body, being able to handle alcohol, there is a certain natural element to this, right? Your body is capable of handling a very small amount of alcohol. In England, they call it the unit of alcohol. So it's the amount of alcohol that a young, fresh, healthy liver can, a young, fresh, healthy adult liver can handle. And that's 1 unit of alcohol. So it's a very small amount. There's 10 units of alcohol in a bottle of wine. Just put it like that. And it's overkill, because the amount of alcohol that you get in the natural environment, if we didn't have any processed alcohol, you would get alcohol from rotting fruits, if you ate rotten fruits. And some people would have had to, back in the day when we were living in the caves, and you're searching for food all the time, you would have had to eat rotten fruits. But who wants to eat that now? Nobody in their right minds would eat rotten fruits. But there's also a certain amount of alcohol that is produced as the natural digestion processes, and it's a tiny amount. It's nowhere near a unit of alcohol. So that's the natural part of it. The unnatural part of it is in the modern world, where there's businesses who make a lot of money by giving you processed, rotting grapes, or fermented wheat and barley, or whatever it is that your drink is made out of. It's rotten fruit and grains and vegetables, and they stick it into a bottle, put a fancy label on it, make it taste as good as they can, and then sell it to people. And as I said, that's the unnatural part of it. For people to do that over and over and over again, and in the process to destroy their bodies, to destroy their minds, to destroy their lives. And going back to when I was a kid, to that young 17, 18-year-old starting out drinking, it was considered to be a manly thing to do. And, you were manly if you could drink a lot. If going through my life, the amount of people that said, how many drinks did you have last night? You've got a hangover. And then you said in the amount, and they said, oh, geez, I'd only be getting started at that. Or the whole thing is to make you look stupid and unmanly and weak. When in reality, the fact that you can put alcohol inside your body and your body reacts to a very small amount of alcohol, it depicts the strength in you, depicts the natural strength that you have. It's not being weak, it's being strong. The weakness comes from the amount of tolerance that your body has for alcohol. So can't handle alcohol, it's just one of those excuses that people have for being able to stupidly put massive amounts of poison into their body and make sense of it in their own heads. Doesn't mean the rest of us can enjoy it responsibly. Who can enjoy it responsibly, I should say, should suffer. And enjoyment is another one of those things. Enjoyment in the sense of what? In Habits Unplugged, we have this thing called the drinker's mind. And it's generally, we talk about it from the perspective of when you finish preparation, you go into the transition period, and you're stuck in this drinker's mind. Now, it can be for anyone who really goes to, either when they're stopping drinking alcohol, they're going through a period of moderation, or they're just in that frame of mind where I'm never going to do this again. When you got a bad hangover and you say to yourself, I'm not going to do this ever again. And that's in that moment, you're in the drinker's mind. You are the result of all your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions up until this point in terms of being a drinker. And that includes how you have, you've integrated into your life alcohol as a form of relaxation, as a form of enjoyment, as a form of socialization, as a form of celebration, commiseration, all the rest of it, right? That's the drinker's mind. And it's very difficult when you're in the middle of that drinker's mind to see outside of it, especially when you're looking at something which is going to be, maybe 6 months down the line, and it involves seeing things outside of alcohol. Very difficult. That's what we teach. So enjoyment is not something, when you're outside of alcohol and you've really left alcohol behind, you see how there are so many opportunities for enjoying your life in today's society in 2020. I know we're going through a bit of a weird period in our times now, but in general. The next one is responsibility. I mean, let's get real here. This is a myth put out by the alcohol companies to be responsible, to act responsible, to be a responsible drinker. And it is meant to propagandize and to separate responsible drinkers, so-called responsible drinkers, from not responsible drinkers. So what is a responsible drinker? Well, nobody knows, because there's a deliberate fogginess around this term, like every other term, like alcoholic and all the rest of it. There's a deliberate fogginess about it to confuse people and to say, well, most people are responsible drinkers because they consider themselves to be responsible. So if you're out every night and you're getting drunk, but you're not harming anyone else, that's considered to be a responsible drinker. If you have 2 pints and you're getting behind the wheel of a car and you smash your car up, or you drive your car, that's not responsible because you're doing something that could endanger the lives of other people. So, for me, responsibility comes down to yourself, your personal responsibility. It's your responsibility, as I said at the beginning. If you want to drink yourself into an early grave, that's up to you. If you want to drink every day, it's up to you. If you want to bang your head against a wall, it's up to you. If you want to put a poison into your body consistently over time in the name of fun, that's up to you. But I don't consider that to be personally responsible. So, and the final part of this was, you can enjoy it responsibly. Why should they suffer? And you suffer because of what you do, because of your responses to life, because of the way you handle yourself in life, because the way you put alcohol into your life. If you don't think that you're suffering now from drinking alcohol, throw yourself out 10 years into your own future, 20 years into your own future. A lot of people, it's 3.5 million people die every year because of alcohol. There's over 200 different diseases that are caused by alcohol, 200 different conditions. And dying an early death from alcohol is not falling off the end of the cliff. It's a gradual and slow demise where not only the quality of your life is suffering, but also not only the quantity, but the quality also of your life. So you're gradually able to do less and less and less, and that is what I call suffering. I mean, the opposite is trying to flourish in your life, trying to have personal flourishment where you're pushing yourself towards the best possible version of yourself, living the best possible life, trying to extend your life as much as possible, but pushing your life to live the best quality that you can. And that means looking after yourself. This is the only body that you are ever going to have in your life. And if you don't look after it, nobody else is. So if you need my help to stop drinking alcohol, there's a link down below this video to the book 10 Steps to Stop Drinking Alcohol. You can download that and open it, read it, and put some of the stuff into practice. There's a lot of good information in there about some of the steps that it's going to take to get you to that spot of not only quitting drinking alcohol, but the right way to be thinking about this from the beginning. There's also a link to a $1 trial of the Habits Unplugged program. And like I say, we're not just interested in stopping drinking alcohol. It's about trying to push yourself towards being personally the best person that you can be to live a flourishing life. So that's down below. Thanks for joining me today. And if you have any questions, if you want me to answer any questions on this, then you can do that. Hey to everyone who's joined us. Like I say, leave your comments down below, and I'll speak to you soon. All right, take care of yourself.